What kind of democracy do we have? LO3. Describe majoritarism, elite theory, and pluralism as theories of how democratic systems work. Political scientists have developed a number of theories about American democracy. Individual majoritarianism, elite theory, and pluralism. Advocates of these theories use them to describe American democracy either as it actually is or as they believe it should be. Some scholars argue that none of these three theories, which we discuss next, fully describes the workings of American democracy. These experts say that each theory captures a part of the true reality, but then we need all three theories to gain a full understanding of American politics, democracy for everyone. Many people believe that in a democracy, the government ought to do what the majority of the people want. The simple proposition is the heart of majoritarian theory. As a theory of what democracy should be like, majoritarianism are popular among both political scientists and ordinary citizens. Many scholars, however, consider majoritarianism to provide a surprisingly poor description of how U.S. democracy actually works. They point to the low level of turnout for elections. Polling data have shown that many Americans are neither particularly interested in politics nor well informed. Few are able to name the persons running for Congress in their districts, and even fewer can discuss the candidates' positions. Democracy for the few. If ordinary citizens are not really making policy decisions with their votes, who is? One theory suggests that elites really govern the United States. Elite theory holds that society is ruled by a small number of people who exercise power to further their self-interests. American democracy, in other words, is a sham democracy. Few people today believe it is a good idea for the country to run by a privileged minority. In the past, however, many people believed that it was appropriate for the country to be governed by an elite. Consider the word of Alexander Hamilton, one of the framers of the Constitution. All communities divide themselves into a few and the many. The first are the rich and the well-born. The other, the mass of the people. The people are turbulent and changing. They seldom judge or determine right. Give, therefore, to first class a distinct permanent share in the government. They will check an unsteadiness of the second, and as they cannot receive any advantage by a change, they therefore will ever maintain good government. Some versions of the elite theory assume that there is a small, cohesive elite class that makes almost all the important decisions of the nation, whereas others suggest that voters choose among competing elites. Popular movements of varying political persuasions often advocate simple versions of elite theory, democracy for groups. A different school of thought holds that our form of democracy is based on group interests. Even if the average citizen cannot keep up with political issues or cast a decision vote in any election, the individual's interests will be protected by groups that represent her or him. Theorists who subscribe to pluralism see politics as a struggle among groups to gain belief of their members. Given the structure of the American political system, group conflicts tend to be settled by compromise and accommodation because there are a multitude of interests. No one group can domain the political process. Furthermore, because most individuals have more than one interest, conflict among groups need not divide the nation into hostile camps. Many political scientists believe that pluralism works very well as a descriptive theory, as a theory or how democracy should function. However, pluralism has problems. Poor citizens are rarely represented in interest groups. At the same time, rich citizens may be overrepresented. There are also serious doubts as to whether group decisions making always reflects the best interest of the nation. Indeed, critics see a danger that groups may grow so powerful that all policies become compromises, crafted to satisfy the interests of the largest groups. The interests of the public as a whole then are not considered. Critics of pluralism have suggested that a democratic system can be almost paralyzed by the struggle among interest groups. We will discuss interest groups at a greater length in Chapter 7.